My husband and I bought our first fixer-upper home, and while it is fun to lay hands on your own foundation, it is indeed a lot of work. Normally when you move into a home, you want to characterize it to your own liking, and in most cases you have to work within your budget. So my husband and I are determined to pull out all our craftsmanship to bring this house to our characteristic by using the skills that we have to keep things on a tight budget. So I'm going to show you guys how we decided to upgrade our 1980s kitchen to a more modern style kitchen on an extreme tight budget. And although we've been working on several projects in the house, we're going to be dedicating these next few videos for our kitchen remodel series. So if you're interested in some budget-friendly upgrades, some how-tos, or just a laugh to get through your next model, stick around and hang out with us as we upgrade our new fixer-upper home. What up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So I don't know what day we're on with our kitchen renovation, but as you can see, backsplash is already done. Just doing the one little wall right there, not taking it up that wall because we're doing a different design. But yes, didn't it come out pretty? By now you guys should have already seen the backsplash video, and if you haven't, I'm going to put a link or iCard somewhere on the screen so you can go back and see how I DIY that, because that was very inexpensive. I don't want to say, but I'll put the price. Everything's in that video, so I'll leave the link. But today's video, we're going to be getting started on the cabinets. So again, these are Formica cabinets, so they're pretty old. Hubby just installed, well, not just installed, but installed the what you got, over the range microwave. Now, fun fact, I actually, that's a second hand, what you call it? Review, second hand, repurpose, whatever the name is called. We bought it off of OfferUp. So while doing the kitchen renovation, and you guys would have known by now, we're trying to keep it minimal. We're trying to keep it on a budget because, you know, we're doing a few projects at a time. So our kitchen budget really was $500, right? Obviously, if you're trying to put appliances in there, that's really not going to stretch as far as it should go. So went on OfferUp. OfferUp is a good online interchange, secondhand type of thing, almost Goodwillish, that you can go and look for secondhand stuff. So that's why I went, and I've been using OfferUp to buy a lot of our furniture and stuff like that, because when you're on the budget, right? So got this one from an OfferUp seller for $150. Okay, so what happened is that the seller upgraded their kitchen, and they got a built-in microwave and stove, so they didn't need this, even though they just purchased it like, I don't know, a year ago or something. So it's not that old. It's and it's stainless steel. We have wanted all of the appliances to kind of match, and it's Samsung. You know, we wanted to do the whole Samsung stainless steel type of vibe in the kitchen, and to buy over the range microwave for $150. First of all, that microwave's worth right now is almost $400. Okay, so to get for $150, like, come on. So hubby had to put in a receptacle up there, which is basically an outlet, just so that we could plug in this bad boy, because we needed the electricity flowing. It's the old range that was here. It was wired into the wall with something else, and because this is a plug-in more upgrade, because this was an old house, hubby had to put in. That's when you got handyman, electrician, and plumbing in the house. Anyway, so he hooked it up there, and then he was able to mount up our range. So that's the reason why our cabinets aren't there, because he had to remove them to cut into the existing cabinet. We are going to cut the cabinets and then clean and give everything a fresh coat of paint. So that's why it's a gaping hole right there, because this massive. So today we're going to get started on painting the cabinet. So what I'm going to do is start taking off the hinges. I'm going to soak them in like some heavy duty degreaser just to get them on, because I do want to spray paint them black, and then paint them like a light gray. I'll show you the color because I started doing like a swatch on the lower cabinets. So paint a light gray and then get that started. But yeah, today I'm going to get started with the uppers. Tomorrow I'll probably do the lowers, or depending on how I feel, because it is late in the afternoon. But we're about to get started right now. So I wanted to add some of the screws and the hinges that were on these cabinets that were pretty bad. I mean, with the humidity, with the water, especially the base cabinet, like some of them, they were really rusted on. Like we actually had to throw away 2 of the hinges. And the good thing about it is because we cut into the existing one over the microwave, we actually had 2 spare hinges left. So we actually just used those in place of the one I threw away, because it was like no coming back from those. So yes, I did soak them in the heavy duty degreaser, and the upper cabinets, when I soaked those, I let them sit for like 2 to 3 hours to really get them in there. But the base one, I let them sit overnight, because some of them were really that bad. And in this clip, you just see me putting them in there. But in all honesty, to take them out, it turned that pink color degreaser to like a dark brown. So I use gloves. So be sure you use, because it is degreaser after all. And with all that chemical mixing it from the rust and everything that was falling out, yeah, I used gloves. I took them off. I give them a nice clean afterwards before I actually started using them. Okay, so I want to go ahead and explain this, because I did end up doing this off camera last night, and sorry for the unsteadiness. I did end up doing this off camera last night, so I do want to explain it. As you can see, the top of the cabinets, and the neighbors are cutting the grass, so I do apologize for the noise. But on the top of it, on top of this is sealed, and if you can remember, I did show the earlier video where they had the insert where you can open and close the door on the top. So what I did is I bought this veneer strip from Amazon, and it's an iron-on veneer strip, if it could focus. It's an iron-on veneer strip, so what you do is you cut it to size. They do come in different sizes. I happened to get that one because it was on sale, so I ended up having to cut it on to size, and I just ironed it on to the top, and then it covers up that little indented, the little opening to put your, to open and close the door. And that's what I did to seal the ones with the hole on top. I didn't do it to all of them. Obviously, the drawers have the incision underneath, and the doors had it on top. So the ones with the doors, I just ironed it on the top so I could have that seamless look. So when I paint it, I can cover everything all together, because I'm going to add door pulls. Now I did started them on the ones on the top, and I did the wallpaper behind it, and then I went back and ironed it on. But I found that it was better to iron it on while it's still on the hinges, because it's more stable in stability, and you're able to cut it to size if you have to cut it to size. So I just wanted to add that in, because I did do that off camera. I did it to this one and this one as well. I don't know if you guys remember, this had a very gaping hole, and even on the inside here you can see where it's deteriorating. I am going to fold this up with wood filler on the inside, and this is going to be wallpaper over again. So yeah, just little tricks just to get it looking the way it should look, even though it's old. You can always revamp old stuff. Just because they're old doesn't mean that they're bad. They're just old. So painted the light gray. I'm still waiting for it to like dry. I like the color, but then I'm iffy because it feel like it's blending too much with the backsplash, so it's looking like very light. So we'll see how it is when it dry. And then, because I like the color. Reflecting on camera, it looks really good. In person, it looks like it's blending in with the backsplash, and that's not the look I was trying to get. So I'm gonna wait till it's completely dry and then decide on what's gonna be the final look. Okay. So I have the screws that I had spray painted. I just found like a styrofoam piece and stuck them in. It provided a good stability, so I could just spray paint the top so that it will match the hinges that I also spray painted black. These are the original hinges that were on the cabinet, so I'm just gonna drill in the back to get these set up to put back on the wall. And these are still the top unit. So I did spray paint, not spray paint, I did paint the cabinet doors, and I also lined the back because it was getting late. I did take off the original lining on the cabinet, and then I relined them with something different, the ones that were peeling off, just so that we have something better looking. So now I'm going to pre-drill these in, the ones in the back, so that I can get them prepped for replacing them back on the doors. Okay, so I have them on, and I did have to go ahead and actually use a screwdriver because I didn't want it to strip the wood, being that it is particle board still. So we're still trying to keep the look, but this is how I look. Oh, look at it! It looks so nice. So I'm just gonna go and put the hinges on all the tops so that me and hubby can start installing them back. They are also going to have, these are pretty much the sticky back things. The little dots that you put on the inner part of the cabinet, so that when you close them, they're not like hitting the wood, because we just freshly painted. And even if you paint, because when you paint any surface, you kind of have to give it that, what, week or 2 weeks to fully cured. So putting this on, it's just like a bumper guard, if that's even the correct term. A bumper guard, so that, you know, when the door is opening and closing, it's not damaging the inner part of the cabinet, and it also prevents that little safety from here, you know, because we're old school. The newer school, yeah, I got paint. The newer school got the soft close, but particle board, you got to deal with what you got to do. These are also going to have handles on them, black handles, that's going to bring it out as well. So let me get finished putting the hinges on the rest of the cabinets. You saw that we went with the light gray for the top, but for the base cabinet system, I actually went with black just to give it that two-tone effect, and I actually really do like it. Hubby did went and install the handles off camera when we installed all the shelving unit, and you will see in a second how the colors of the bow scheme come in. And you guys, it really did bring everything out. I'm so excited. So next week's video, you guys, is going to be the countertops. You guys don't forget to come back. I'm trying to do like a marbleized look for this countertop, and it's really gonna bring everything out. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye.